my question is, so I've been dating my girlfriend for about a year now, and the past few weeks she's been bringing up moving in together and getting married and stuff quite a bit. And
Yeah.
I've been married before. I told her like, yeah, I don't really see the point in marriage. I don't really want to do it, at least not at this point in time.
Mhm.
Same thing about moving in. She's got like a lot of pets, and I
Ooh.
told her the same thing about that. Like, I don't really see
How
the
many
point of
pets?
doing it. She's got a big dog. She's got a chihuahua. She's got three cats, and she's got a bunch of fish.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And she
it's a
wants to
lot.
bring all that shit in your house.
Yeah, and like the big dog, she's very attached to. Basically, treats him like a child. Throws birthday parties for him and stuff.
How old are you and how
So
old is she?
I'm 27. She's 20.
Okay. And like what's the plan? Like what's the dating strategy for you?
I'd like to keep things going. I'd like to keep living in my own house for the time being. She's a pretty cool chick. Like all things considered, like she started doing my laundry, doing my dishes, making my bed, and all that stuff without me even bringing it up.
Nice.
Yeah, is very nice, very agreeable, and
Yeah.
a lot of the same hobbies. Can pretty much go anywhere and have fun doing almost anything. So
Okay, good.
yeah, she's a good chick.
Okay, so what's the bad part aside from all the pets?
Uh, I mean, the pets are really the main thing, but a little hesitant about doing all that stuff again after being married and divorced and going through
Yeah.
that. It wasn't a horrible divorce by any means, but like still, I look at my bank account and imagine half of that being there, and I'd get a little
Yeah.
displeased, you know?
Did you see the video that I did on the Entrepreneurs and Cars channel? Reasons why it's not ideal to live with a woman that you love?
I think I saw something in that effect. It was stuff that you start dealing with once you move in with a girlfriend. It might have been
Yeah.
something similar to that.
Yeah, I put it out in the last month. You should watch the whole thing because it's comprehensive. It covers it all.
Yeah,
Look, like unless you're planning on having kids together, and I'm kind of a I'm split on this, right? Because some guys would be like,
yeah,
"Yeah, live with her if you want to have a family and children," or you can just provide for two households and have her raise the kids in the other household. Okay.
yeah.
There's guys that do that and they do that very successfully, and it keeps them focused and like on their purpose and mission. Are kids in the picture for you?
Uh, she's interested in them someday, and so am I. She's still got quite a while before she's got to worry about run out of eggs. So,
Yeah, she's
like,
young.
if things keep going, I'm not too worried about that. I guess
What's her money
what would
situation like?
her money situation?
Yeah.
I mean, she can afford a small apartment on her own and be just fine. Like me, I can
Do you
I could
live
pay
in
for
an
a house
apartment
on
or
my
does she
own.
live with her parents?
She just moved into her own place. She used to live with her mom, but yeah,
Okay.
now she's at her own place.
Yeah, look, I mean, the like one of the ways that you can handle that conversation, like stuff doesn't usually get better when you move in together, right? Like
Right.
that's that's a societal norm. That's like a standard convention that a lot of people sort of believe. Like, hey, you're dating. She's good. She's taking care of me. She's making my bed and cleaning up after herself. And she's
Yeah.
generally a good girl, except for the fucking zoo that lives in her house. But what ends up happening when you live together is things start to change. You're no
Yeah.
longer romantic. You're no longer doing lovey-dovey stuff. The enthusiastic sex starts to slow down and decline less often. One of the arguments that you can make is, hey, look, take a look around at people that are married and live together or live together, and you tell me how many of them are still enthusiastic for one
Right.
another to this day. There's a
Well,
study that I covered in my book, and it was the effect of long-term relationships on love. And the participants in the study, there was like, I think it was 8.1 years or something like that. The amount of participants that reported still being in love with one another was less than 13%. The amount of
wow.
participants that reported still being in a state of bliss for one another was less than 2%. So the probability of things going into perpetuity well, as they are right now, are going to decline. You're going to have fights. Oh, your fucking dog did this in the house and it chewed up my this and it shit over there. And, like it's trying to sleep in the bed. Does she sleep with the pets?
Yeah, and like she's brought her pets over here a couple of times, and like the Chihuahua, like if you leave him unsupervised for like 2 minutes, he shits in the corner in the same spot, and you just can't get him to stop doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
and I told her it's like I really don't want that dog here, and she stopped bringing him over.
Yeah. I mean, she might get to the point where she gets rid of the pets and say, okay, I got rid of the pets now, Tom. And that would be a strong indication that she's in your frame and has genuine burning desire for you. But still, I mean, if you're not planning on having children anytime soon, why ruin what's working?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, handle it from the perspective of, this is my space. That's your space, right? Stay on your side. I'll stay on my side, you know, without saying that basically. But it's like, you know, like, you love your pets. I wouldn't ask you to get rid of your, like, if you want to handle it from that angle, just like, I don't want you to get rid of your pets, but I don't want them in my house. So enjoy them in your house.
Can I ask how you would approach dealing with that as it comes up periodically?
I'm getting ringing somewhere.
Yeah, I canceled it.
Sorry.
How would you deal with that conversation coming up periodically? Like, if only happens like a few times a year after that's been established, how would you bring it up?
What, the moving in together?
Yeah.
By just posing the same question. Like, women can't respond to this. I've never had a good response to this. Like, okay, so show me an example of a couple out there that has it all figured out, that's living together, that's still in love and doing well, still banging enthusiastically, like, long into the relationship. They still care for one another. They don't fight. Show me, because I want to know what the secret sauce is. Let's go and study them, and then we'll apply it to our relationship. Right?
That's a good point.
That's a very simple way to sort of like, this is my space, that's your space. Let's get together, do our shit. A guy I once knew said, you know, and he was divorced, and he said something along the lines of, I want to be married again. I want to sit down, have dinner, hold her hand, drink a glass of wine, sit by the fireplace, have enthusiastic, fantastic sex. But then I also want to walk home to my house. Right?
I think I see what you're saying, man.
Yeah. So look, I mean, can you make it work? Sure. It seems like about 13% of people have figured it out. Do I know anybody that I can like rip off and duplicate that from? No, there's nobody that I can study and say, okay, well, what's the secret sauce to make that work? Plus, you also have the added problem of a zoo, right? Like, she's got 5 or 6 animals and fish or what, like, she likes that, which is fine, you know, but if you're going to have kids, just get rid of the animals. Like, that's too much shit. And she can put the effort.
Yeah, her place smells like a cat box too. Yeah,
like, she wants to nurture animal, like something, you know, which is fine. Like, that's a nurturing type of woman and personality. Like, save that for when it's time for the kids. Let the animals, you know, run their course. You know, they live for 5-10 years, you know, whatever ends up happening, you know, sort of thing. But once they start going, and if you're seeing, plus you've only known her for a year or two, right?
Yeah. I wasn't planning on moving in this soon either way.
Usually you want to wait 1.5 years, 2 years to see what they're made of, because women can act for like the first year and a half, right?
And my ex-wife did.
Well, you see what I'm saying, right? Like, you're going to deal with a representative, right? So as soon as you say, I do, and she has a key to your place and she moves in, or, you know, whatever that happens to look like, that's often when the representative leaves, and then you're left with a real person. And then you're going to, like, she's going to shit on you because your cabinetry is not organized properly in your pantry, and she wants this over here and that over there and this over here. And it's like, why can't you organize it the way that I've set it up? And all of a sudden now you're not fucking that night, right? It's like, you're going to have all kinds of these things pop up. If you just keep your life simple and stay in your own quarters, you can still have a great experience with her, right? And you don't have any need to come together because you're not going to raise children. So why fuck something up that's working? Yeah. That's just my take on it. Look, other guys will say other things. They'll say Rich is wrong. Don't listen to that guy who hurt him. Look, my life's pretty good, man. I got a great experience, you know, with my LTR. We don't live together. I'm not saying that I won't ever in the future. It's just, this is the way that things roll right now, and it works out real well. And I've been doing it for a few years. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.